Hey, what's going on, movie lovers? We are talking about Equilibrium today.
Yes.
I do not have Kyle. This guy's becoming pretty popular.
Brian, hello.
How are you doing?
Good, man.
Good. Good to have you back.
Yeah.
We had. I'm gonna be completely honest. Last time we did Blade, I didn't actually rewatch the entire thing. I kind of skipped through it.
Really?
Yeah, because I was running out of time and stuff, and so but we still managed to I think we went for a solid hour.
It was a good hour.
So yeah, which was awesome. I was kind of worried about it last time.
Mm-hmm.
Equilibrium, though, I did watch.
Yes.
So we're going to get into this. We're Shut Up, I Like This, the podcast where we talk about how much we love movies and not, nitpick and hate on everything that we don't like, which isn't a lot. So let's get right into it. Do you remember, Brian, your first experience watching Equilibrium?
It wasn't all that long ago. It was just a few years ago. I became a huge Christian Bale fan, so looking at all his history of film, I ran into Equilibrium, and it's really weird, and it's a great movie. It's a great movie. I can't believe how poorly rated it is.
I know,
but
sure.
I can tell you a million reasons why it's awesome.
And we'll definitely discuss everything. I saw it for the first time a couple of years ago as well. I think I watched it on Netflix for the first time, kind of after I ran out of things to watch. And I was like, okay, Equilibrium, 2002, Christian Bale. I guess you can't go wrong there.
No, you can't.
And so I think it was probably 2014, 2015, the first time I saw this. And then sat down and watched it on Netflix, and I instantly loved it. You can kind of nitpick some silly stuff, but it's overall it's an interesting movie. Good performances.
Yes, I see critics. They say it's a mashup of all these different movies put in together. I don't see it like that. I think it's pretty original. I think it's it's everything I like in a movie.
It's not so much like there's mashing all this stuff together. There are inspirations from different genres and stuff like that.
Sure.
But yeah, it's very much telling its own story, and it's got its own unique kind of tread on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have a favorite scene? Favorite scene we can do real quick?
The opening scene where they're raiding this building for sense offenders, and
I'm gonna laugh every time I say
sense offenders,
that.
which is great play on words there. And Christian Bale. Standing outside the doorway, very serious. The long, drawn-out pause, and he charges the door, and he breaks through the door, and he rides it in like a skateboard, and they shoot the lights out, and there's a whole bunch of enemies all around him, and there's probably a solid 20 seconds where they just whisper in hushed tones.
That really holds.
Way longer than you think it's going to be, and then he opens fire, and you just see him in his little pose as a... he kills them all, and it's awesome. It's corny, it's cheesy, it's sweet.
Yeah, that's what it is though. It's just cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just awesome to watch. My favorite scene is when I hate talking about. We'll talk about the puppies later. Oh my god. But the puppy that he rescues and takes away, and then he goes out to let it out back into the nethers. And all the police and stuff pull up behind him, and he's trying to hide the puppy in his trunk, and they end up finding it, and he does a crazy backflip over the bike, and he just kills all those dudes. I really love that scene where it's just get the fuck out of here, puppy, and then it just won't leave. And then I just wrote down how he just goes ham on him.
He does go ham on him.
Goes ham.
Such a cute puppy.
So cute.
In a world without emotion, I don't know how you can't. I don't know how you would not solicit emotion from holding that puppy.
Drugs.
Yeah, I guess.
What was the drug called?
Prosium 2, which I thought was kind of. I thought that was kind of interesting. It was like a mix of Prozac or Valium, Prosium.
Yeah.
To control the masses. I didn't know if that I liked the name of it.
I liked how it looked too. I don't know why. I think it's interesting that. How long do you think it lasts? because you see him shooting up, like, what is it, every 12 hours?
I think they said that it was every 12 hours.
Every 12 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Right in the neck, too. I don't know if I could do that. But that opening scene you're talking about, I'm going to kind of ruin some trivia later, but Dominic Purcell is, like, the leader of that group.
Mm-hmm.
And before Christian Bale, like, they always wanted Bale, but he was kind of being Christian Bale and famous and doing all these other movies. And so they were going to try to go after Dominic Purcell for the lead role.
Really?
So it's kind of cool that they still, like, included him into the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even for 20 seconds. And then he just dies. Like, I don't even think... Does he even have a line, maybe? Does he say something about the art? I think people just talk to him.
Yeah, they just talk to him.
I don't even think he has a line.
I don't think so.
And then the next thing you know, he's just laying on the floor dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
And it's Dominic Purcell. He's a cool motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Well, Christian Bale, he'll do that. You know, he'll later on in the movie you'll see it as well. You think there's gonna, yeah. I think there's gonna be an awesome fight, and then there's not.
Right. Talking about Dominic Purcell, the cast at the time in 2002, I had no idea. Obviously, I didn't even know what this movie was.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it until 2014, but it surprised me how I skipped past it. Not just because of Christian Bale, obviously, but then there's Sean Bean, there's Sean Pertwee that I love now. He's in a bunch of great stuff. Dominic Purcell, all these. Taye Diggs is awesome, even though. I think the first time I saw Taye Diggs was like Malibu's Most Wanted. When he's like the actor portraying the gangster.
Right.
But like this whole cast is just, and of course Sean Bean dies right away, but maybe that's what makes it so good is like all these actors are doing like what they do so well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sean Pertwee is being like the well-mannered speaking head.
Yeah.
Which is like how he is in every movie. Like he's just the guy who talks cool. And he does it so good though. I love him. Have you seen like Doomsday?
I have not seen Doomsday.
I think Doomsday. He's in that with I can't remember. It's a lady. She was in.
Narrows it down.
She was in Underworld, not Kate Beckinsale.
Rona Mitra?
Oh my god, yes!
Boom! Ding, ding, ding,
yes,
ding.
yes. The one that's like, she's super attractive.
Agreed.
And, like, she could kick your ass too.
For sure.
And it's like kind of. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, I love all these actors. So it was amazing to me, like, how I missed it until 2000 whatever.
I know what you mean, because I'd never even heard of it. And that's right in the genre of movies that I like, too.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's got the very tippy top of the A-list. If I could just stop talking about Christian Bale for just a moment. And my favorite actor, I have a man crush on Christian Bale, if you would say. There's nothing the man can't do. His spectrum is... in the movie The Machinist... He weighs 90 pounds soaking wet. In American Psycho, he's, rock hard, chiseled.
Yeah, he is.
He's done Westerns. He's Batman. Christian Bale. He might be a dick in real life, but he's a great actor.
Might be a dick.
Well, he is. It sounds like he really is.
Which is upsetting, too.
It is.
Because, I don't know. But I don't know, maybe that was a isolated incident.
What, didn't he hit somebody or something? Or?
Did he too?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Pretty sure he beat up somebody on set somewhere. I think the Terminator movie. Yeah, he's John Connor too.
Oh, that's where he like started screaming at that guy for "You're walking into my shot while trying to act here." Yeah, that's great stuff.
Absolutely.
Before we started recording, we were talking because I started doing screenshots for like all the pictures and stuff. I wanted it more like to pertain like what we were talking to. I just want to rely on Google. And you're like, I hope you got a picture of that flag because the symbol you're talking about, it's like you take the Nazi symbol and you just move some lines.
The Liberian flag, yeah, it's funny because they have propaganda out about the Nazis
about Hitler
and how everything that they do is based around getting rid of the war, and this is what we're trying not to be, but yet look at our flag. It's remarkably similar to the Nazi flag. Now take your injections.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how that all comes full circle. What is it called? Libria.
Yeah. And they just explained at the beginning after World War III that they developed this total. I don't know how to say that.
Right. Totalitarian.
Yeah, there you go. Totalitarian.
Totalitarian.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Totalitarian. Say that 3 times fast.
They don't say that if it's the whole United States or if it's the whole.
Oh yeah, I guess I never.
They don't really. They're kind of vague on that. They just assume that. I just assume that the United States is now Libria.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I kind of wish we would have got more backstory on that, because at first I got confused between the movie's called Equilibrium, the city's called Libria, and then Prosium, and like there's just. I wanted more, like, what's going on outside in the Nethers.
Yeah.
Like, what is the Nethers? Is it just... I mean, it's, like, barren wasteland and stuff where the bombs hit, but, like, where are we in geography? I just wanted to know more of that. And, like, is Libria just, like, a New York City?
Right, yeah.
Place?
Is it a Gotham type thing?
Like,
is it a different world than our world?
Is it, like, a whole state? Like, how big is it? And I don't know. There's just silly... nitpicking questions like that I wanted to know more of.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't necessarily need any of it. We talked about the casting and stuff, but we forgot William Fichtner.
William Fichtner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in everything though.
Everything.
Everything. You watch anything. you could put in Mean Girls, and then you'd be like, oh, is that William Fichtner in the background?
Yeah.
Like, he's just in everything. It doesn't matter what it is.
And he's pretty much the same guy, too.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
Mild
but,
mannered.
like, he just crushes it, though.
Yeah, he's cool.
Like, I don't know why he's so cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
So, before we, like, really dive into this movie about how much we like it and stuff, I think we should probably talk about what the critics are talking about it and stuff, and, like, there's some silly things with, like, if you're not supposed to feel feelings, why is that dude getting so pissed? And, so, like, why do you think that guy has that? Like, he has the sculpture with the globe on it and stuff, and he has, like, paintings and stuff in his office.
At the very end, when he goes in there.
Yeah. Do you think he's not taking the medication?
He's not taking the medication.
He's not, right?
No, he says he feels at the end, and it kind of throws a wrinkle into things. When you walk into there and you see all that art and that stuff that's supposed to be, burned immediately, it kind of throws a wrinkle into the whole emotion thing. And
right.
You're led to the year's 2072.
Oh,
so John Preston, played by Christian Bale. A lot of those people, they've been born in debt, not having emotions. They've been taking their injections every day, so they could emulate emotions, but not necessarily feel them. I don't know.
Oh.
Taye Diggs smiles a lot.
Yeah, that's really weird.
You'd still know what it would mean to be happy or to be angry, but you wouldn't know how it felt per se. But if you I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe smiling can be part. It's more of a reaction to smile. Maybe it's not so much about the emotion, but if you hear a dirty joke, maybe your mind's telling you, like, you probably shouldn't laugh at that, that's stupid. But, I mean, you still smile. Like, is it a reaction, do you think, maybe more than anything?
I mean, yeah. Think about how often you smile and how often is it real when you smile. It's almost always real when I smile. I mean, so if you're smiling, it means you're happy about something or something's funny to you. Those are emotions. So... yeah, it's kind of weird.
So yeah, I just before we like dove into it and everything, there's just there are some kind of silly, over the top. There's some kind of, you could call them plot holes and stuff with that kind of, with the emotions and all that stuff. But like overall as a film, and it has all these inspirations, and it's still unique, and it still tells its own story and everything.
Yeah,
it's like if you can just get past those little, I don't want to call them plot holes, but they kind of are. They kind of
are, but I'm way past it. I just watch the movie and enjoy it for what it is.
Exactly, and that's what this is all about. It's just enjoying the movie for what it is.
Right, and it's fun to discuss that. If you enjoy watching it, then you discuss the things that you like about it, and you ignore the rest. 81% audience score, so people must like it.
No shit.
Which is more than double what the critics gave it.
I had another scene that was like almost tied for my favorite scene, and it was just Sean Bean is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's sitting in that church reading that poetry book, and he comes in and Christian Bale comes in and he's talking about like he's sorry, and he's like, you don't even know what that word means, and he like just goes on like this whole lecture of stuff about feelings and emotions, and it's just there's only like a couple actors that could like make that interesting and like intrigue you into it, and Sean Bean just crushes it. And I think if you replaced some of these actors, if you took out Sean Bean, if you took out Taye Diggs, I don't know if I'd still find it interesting and it'd be a cool concept, but I don't know if I'd like it as much.
No, I'm with you 100%. I think they played their roles perfectly. Tread softly because you tread on my dreams.
Yeah, right? Like when Sean Bean says that, it gives you tingles.
Yeah,
it makes like it makes your hair stand up. I don't know. What about his kid? Did you see that? Did you know? This is our, we've seen it a couple of times, but like the first time you watched it, did you see like that twist with the kids?
I did not. No, you don't, because I noted that down when we watched it this last time. The son is very, very creepy. The way he talks to his dad.
Oh my God.
Know what you need to do, right? Have you taken your dose? And like he's boxing him around, and then you come out, you find out at the end that he hasn't been dosing at all. It's like, wow, you are the best actor ever,
right?
You see Christian Bale running around trying to mask the fact that he's feeling, and he's doing a horrible job of it. That kid's just straight faced.
Oh my God!
Well, you need to go log that at Equilibrium.
Oh my God. Equilibrium.
Yeah, I did you the courtesy of making sure that you landed there before you went to work. Whoa.
Everything that kid said, I wrote it down because I was like, this kid's like The Shining.
Yeah.
Like he's got the shine going on. He's fucking creepy. But then the next line, I was like, this kid fucking slays though. Like it's so good. I could never do that. Holy cow.
Yeah, I did not see that plot twist coming. I didn't think that.
I meant to look it up, like to see like what other work that kid has gotten. Because after this, you think people would want that kid, right?
Yeah, right.
Like Jesus Christ, put that kid in a horror movie. You got like a lot of money coming your way. That little kid's fucking good.
Yeah.
When his sister's playing with her cereal and stuff, and he just sits down. He's like, "Stop that." Even Bale's like, dude, what the fuck? You need to settle down. I love Bale gives this wide-eyed deer in the headlights look after he drops it. And he's like, I took it out before I brushed my teeth. I never do that. And the kid's like, well, you'll go to Equilibrium and replace your dose. And he's just like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course I will.
Yeah. Yes, master.
Of course I will.
I couldn't believe that kid. I meant to look and see what else he had been in because he had to have gotten more work.
Yeah.
Even the critics, like if you were a critic and you watch this and you're like, I think it's stupid, you had to have been like, but that kid was rather good. I just imagine that's how critics talk. I don't know.
Are they all British?
Yeah, I don't know. With a stick up their ass. 38% bullshit.
I know, right?
Right at the beginning, he said sense offense, and every time they said it in the movie, that's one of those silly things I couldn't help but like giggle at.
We were doing the same thing at home.
Sense offense.
It was like, oh, that's a funny though play on words. Sense offenders.
Sense offenders.
Yeah.
Sense offenders. But I thought it was really interesting that like how his wife was a sense offender.
You can't laugh every time you say it.
And I like that scene when the guards come in and they're taking her away, and I like it. He always has his hair slicked back in that stuff in the movie and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like in that flashback where it's kind of like Bruce Wayne, where it's kind of like curly and cute.
Mm-hmm.
I love that look, and then he like runs down the hallway. Like the T-1000, and then he just starts breaking those dudes' arms and stuff, and they're like, "Don't shoot! Your wife's a."
Yeah.
But I every scene that he fights in and stuff is I really and shooting people and stuff. I liked the gun kata stuff, where he's shooting everybody. But then there's a scene where he uses the butt of his guns.
Mm-hmm.
And
little spikes come out of it or whatever. It almost looks like they look like nails, but
like the head of a nail.
Yeah,
it was like
whatever it was effective. And that,
I guess
they stated that when they were talking about the gun kata at the beginning, that the gun was used as a total weapon, and that was like the only time that he used it as something other than just to shoot at people. Right. But the whole gun kata thing is, I think it's awesome.
It's really awesome.
They even try to make sense of it. The trajectory of the average bullet in a gunfight can be computed with science and math, and if you go like this and then this and then this, you basically are learning. It's like nothing. It's something similar to like the Karate Kid. You know, paint the fence, sand the floor. It was defensive, right? So that was the whole play on it. Just different ways that you move.
Blocks on.
Yeah, see? Off. And then later on, he's fighting somebody, and that's how he blocked them. See?
I wrote down something about that. This is exactly what I wrote. I wrote down, gun kata is kind of silly, but the way that they portrayed it and explained it almost gives it validity.
That's exactly what I was just trying to say, but not as well as I said it. Yeah.
No, but when they're, in that scene where everybody's training and stuff, and they show, like, that computer simulation thing, and you're like, fuck, I guess I kind of get it. Yeah. NFL Films just did this thing about Josh McCown and like all the teams that he's played for and how he's still managing to playing, and I was like, fuck, I think I like Josh McCown now. I was like, that's how I felt about watching Gun Kata. I was like, damn it, I kind of like it now.
I love it.
I thought it was really, and I've got there's some trivia about that too. We'll get to. What's since you're such a Christian Bale man, what's your second favorite Christian, or I mean, what's your favorite if it's not Equilibrium?
It's definitely American Psycho.
American Psycho.
Yeah, easily.
That's my favorite Jared Leto movie.
Jared Leto's awesome too, but yeah, American Psycho for sure. Yeah,
I would pick either Out of the Furnace isn't really like a direct Christian Bale movie. It's got like Casey Affleck and stuff for like supporting, but I really enjoyed that. And then I would have to say, Machinist.
Yeah, that's my third too.
I would have to. I didn't see that until I think about the time that I started watching this on Netflix. It's about the time that I watched The Machinist as well.
Me too.
And so like I started watching all these movies before he was Batman, and I was like, holy fuck!
Way before.
I'm like. Thanks, Batman, for ruining Christian Bale. It's like he fucking used to crush, and now he's doing this.
Best Batman ever, dude.
We're not gonna argue. I'll be the first to admit I love Affleck. I think he's doing great.
No, he's alright.
I love it.
He's alright.
Let's talk about puppies. What'd you think about when they're? I mean, we kind of talked about, but what'd you think about? Let's get into that puppy scene when they just start shooting all the puppies. Did you talk about it? Makes me sad.
Well, I can't believe that you'd be able to suppress your emotions. I mean, they have all these dogs and they're contraband, so they're going to immediately kill them because that's what they do. And so they start firing away, and there's Christian just wincing at every one. Nobody sees him wincing.
Nobody's like, are you feeling?
Yeah. And then at the end, here comes a little puppy. The cutest one of the litter comes running out right to Christian Bale, and he picks it up, and there it is. Oh. And he gives it back to him to kill it, and then he's like, no, wait.
Yeah, duh. You just gave yourself away again.
Need to check this for disease.
When I watched it, that dog, it's not the same breed as my dog. But they've got the black and white, and then that dog and my dog both have like the brown eyebrows, which I thought was really interesting. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, shoot him! I love my dog, but he's a little shithead. But the first time that I saw it, I just remember, like, I was like Christian Bale the whole time. I was like, oh no! I felt so bad, and then watching it again. I had almost forgotten about it. Like, I remember my favorite scene where he has the puppy in his truck, but I forgot, like, how he got the puppy.
Right.
And I hate that scene.
No, I don't like it either.
I
don't know why. Why is it? It's so much more sad to watch a puppy die or a cat or something.
Yeah, make them people.
Human. Yeah, we don't care about that. Yeah.
Put some homeless people in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't hurt the puppy. Man.
Yeah. No, that really set me back. I have a funny note when Christian Bale and Taye Diggs are fighting with like the swords and stuff, and this is like kind of where those inspirations come in. I can see why the critics were like, "Oh, they copied," but I wrote down Neo's fighting Morpheus. It had a lot of like similar feel to that battle, like that fight, and then their fight.
Right.
Where like Taye Diggs is whooping up on his ass, but then Christian Bale gets the upper hand at the end and stuff, and I was waiting for Taye Diggs to go, "Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me," but it felt the same.
Well, and it probably should. I mean, it came out right after The Matrix did, and you're obviously going to want to emulate something that was successful and something that was brand new and something that was innovative. I mean, there's definitely some takes from that. I kind of thought there'd be more of a fight to it at the end. Here comes the showdown. Finally, the young prodigy and the old man who's now defected, and then he's like. And we haven't talked about that. The face, half of Taye Diggs' face falls off.
And then after that 2-second fight, when Christian Bale turns away to walk out, you can see his face laying on the floor.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
And I just thought that was a cool, neat little detail that maybe a lot of filmmakers might have missed.
Yeah.
But as soon as, Christian Bale turns away to walk out, and it's like this overhead shot, and you see all the bodies and the blood, and then like down in the corner, you just see Taye Diggs' face just staring up at you.
I don't know how I've missed that. I've seen that movie a half dozen times. I've never seen that.
I saw that. I'll have to put that one behind us.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you'll be able to see his face, though. Because my head might be in the way. I'll have to go like this. So if it's behind me right now. I just thought that was it. But yeah, that last fight. we talked about this like a week ago when we were working. There's so much build-up. And there's twists and turns, and he wanted you to win. He wanted you to feel like you were going to make it. And then there's another twist and that. And you're like, yes! And then he gets out and he's, killing bitches, all the guards and stuff. And then it gets to the last two, and Taye Diggs is like all cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs a sword. Mind the suit. And
yeah.
You're like, oh shit!
Yeah, mind the suit, Cleric.
And then, what happens next? He gets his face cut off.
No, I don't mind the suit at all.
Seconds.
Yeah, I'm done now. Yeah.
I think... I don't know, like, if that was actually part of the story, or maybe, like, there was a budget concern or something.
I don't know.
But...
I think Christian Bale was just a badass. On a mission,
Christian Bale showed up to set that day. He's like, no, I'm going to cut your face off.
Yeah. Face off.
That was, like, one of our first episodes.
But there is a lot of... There is, like, 3 separate twists there in the plot where... but everything's so serious.
I was completely on board with the twist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. But...
Everything's just so dramatic, and they're questioning, how many times do they walk around Christian Bale asking him questions? Oh, is that really, there's just, everything's so serious, and the accusations, and then Christian Bale goes in there, he has to know that he's busted. This is before he breaks down in tears after Mary O'Brien gets killed.
Right in the middle of the street.
He goes in there and he knows he's busted, and then DuPont says, well, good, then you should go out and find the underground then. And you can see the relief on his face because he thought he was busted right there. Right. Well, it turned out that they were playing him there. They wanted him to lead them to the underground, which is at the end when he thinks he's done something. Right. There they are. Yeah. Anyway.
It almost seems like blatantly obvious now that we're saying it out loud. Mm-hmm. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh shit. Like, I was totally like on board for it. I wasn't thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, he got away with that? Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of twists towards the end. So like, after the gun switch, was that after he broke down about her dying? And then he came in and Tay Diggs is like, "You want me to bring you the blah blah," and then they switched guns. Was that because there's like 7 twists? Right?
Yeah, they switched guns before that. And then he took his gun when he arrested him, so then he had his gun then.
Oh, okay, right.
So they switched guns before that when they were...
And that when he arrested him, that was when he was crying.
Yes.
Okay.
This is when he tried to herd those people from the underground away from, because they went into raid, and he...
Oh, right.
And he ended up leading them right to Tay Diggs, and Tay Diggs wants him to kill him, and he hands him his gun, and then he hands him his gun back and says, maybe you should do it, you know? Which is another tell. Well, you're definitely feeling, but I'm just going to pretend like you're not. No, maybe you better should.
There's a lot of, like I said earlier, there's a lot of moments where you're just like, really? But if you can get past that, I mean, I fucking love this movie. Okay, I don't really want to talk about this, but Sean Bean, after he dies, Bale goes in to see his body, and then it has this shot of him going into the furnace. Mm-hmm. And then, like, half an hour later in the movie, he goes in to look at Sean Bean's body. So I was like, didn't he get burned already?
Yeah, wait, he did go to look at Sean Bean's body.
What the fuck? Because he went to go look at his belongings, and his body was still there. I'm like,
yeah.
Didn't you get burned already?
I think he did.
Just little weird stuff like that. There's like, wait a minute.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't matter, though.
I think we're picking this movie apart more than we're talking about how awesome it is.
I just want to get that out so people can't be like, well, you didn't do good. Did you even watch it? Yeah, I watched it. I enjoyed it. I love it. It's Christian Bale when I can't remember when it said. But I'm sure you got all giddy as soon as he said it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You'll be taken in without incident. No, not without incident.
Yeah.
And then he fucking kills everybody. Was that after the lie detector, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wrote that down. Just that quote. No, not without incident. Mm-hmm. I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What do you think about? I play a lot of RPGs and MMOs and stuff like that. So the cleric has always been the archetype of like a healer and support and stuff like that. The Grammaton cleric, which is what like Tay Diggs and Christian Bale are.
Yep.
What do you like? Grammaton cleric. It sounds fucking cool.
It sounds cool. It's just weird though.
Yeah, it is weird, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're going out. They're like.
Their mission is to go out and extinguish everything. Yeah. Every associate and every piece of art, every piece of music. It's actually a horrible job.
So, I wonder if, like, with, like, this new world order of Libria, if, like, they try to take these old archetypal words, like cleric, that usually, like, it means healer and support and stuff, and, like, trying to put it with this role to, like, try to make it seem better to, like, the public that's drugged out and everything.
Right. Could be.
I don't know.
Cleric to me, I think of a priest, like just like you said,
right.
Healer. You know, yeah, it's weird. I wondered the same thing.
This is like 8 degrees of separation. Have you ever seen The Seasoning House?
Mm-mm.
It's I bought it for like $1. I don't remember where, but this was one of the movies that like Sean Pertwee. Which I'm bummed that Sean Pertwee isn't like actually a person in this movie. He's just a floating head.
Yep.
And even then, like it's just a fake person. It's that asshole.
Yeah, he died a long time ago. Yeah. Apparently. Yeah.
But real quick, The Seasoning House is something that I think everybody should check out. It's a little hard to watch. It's about I can't remember where they're at, but I mean it's like mercenaries. They go to this house, and it's like. A shady, not really. It's not a motel. It's nothing. It's just this house in the middle of the woods. But it's like a hotel for like hookers and stuff.
Oh.
But all the hookers are like kidnapped girls and stuff. So like and taken, like the apartment that he goes into with all the girls. Yeah. It's like that, but in the middle of the woods.
All right.
And it's like all these mercenaries going to, and Sean Pertwee is like the lead mercenary that goes there, and it's not about them. It's about the girls that get out and stuff and turn around and kill these guys. But that's kind of what I knew Sean Pertwee from is Seasoning House, just this movie that I'd never heard of, and I bought for $1. And then next thing I know, like I watched Equilibrium, and then I watched Doomsday, and then I started watching Gotham, and he's like fucking awesome in everything.
He's everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sean Pertwee's fucking cool. You got anything else that you wanted to really talk about? I don't know. I kind of went through all my notes already.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, just I had nothing to talk about. Yeah.
Do you wish that that was a weird long pause?
That's really weird.
I'm keeping it in there.
Oh boy.
Last week I had, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, there was this really bad edit, and like one of the mics cut out or something. I had to get up, go around, and like fix something. And I came back and sat down, and I kind of fell. I just kept it in there.
You kept it in there.
We're all human. Don't fucking judge me. What'd you think of, like, in the beginning with Dominic Purcell having all the art and stuff? What'd you think of, like, them bringing... with all the art, there's actually, like a lot of deeper meaning to, like, the artwork and, like, the titles and stuff. And so, like, I think in, like, the head guy's office at the end, like, one of the art pieces is called, like, the aftermath of war or something, or, like, the results of war, basically. And then, like, in the beginning with the Mona Lisa and how they burned everything. So
yeah.
There's just a lot of, you have to really look for it. And I think maybe that's something that critics kind of skipped over, was like the deeper meanings to everything.
Sure.
And kind of this reliance of drugs and order and stuff like that. And especially now with stuff with like Russia and all that stuff going on in World War III. You know, you hear about all this shit going on right now, and it's like, do you really want to live in Libya?
God, no. I mean, could you imagine? Well, you couldn't imagine if you were born in a world like that, and you wouldn't even know what it was like to feel anything.
Right.
No, it's just I don't think that's probably the answer. After World War III, because I'm sure it's going to happen someday. I don't think we need to start shooting up emotion suppressants.
And it's hard to. We watched this movie, and it is impossible to imagine not feeling something. Like, even if you, like, purposely just try to sit there and, like, I'm not gonna laugh. Well, you fucking end up laughing. Or something, just stupid stuff.
I feel melancholy about thinking about not being able to feel anything. What?
But, like, just... even for the actors, like, just trying to... like, the fucking creepy little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's phenomenal that anybody could even act like they're not feeling anything.
Right. And
this movie is just kind of... I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the way that it's portrayed and tells the story. There's inspirations and stuff, but it's a very unique take on future, or, like, what feelings can cause.
Right. Well... we know, they have a valid point about emotions and how that, obviously you got to weigh the pros and the cons. Without love, what is there?
And that's the thing.
Happiness.
That's what this movie is really saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't have love without anger.
Right.
And you can't have, or hate, you can't have one without the other.
No.
And I think it's just an interesting way to portray it as, like, a literal version.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I can't think of anything right now, but it's I don't know. It's just it's hard to put yourself in that position.
Oh, especially I'm an emotions on my sleeve kind of guy too, so it's really hard for me to think about what it'd be like to. I can't even have a staring contest without
getting all goopy.
Yeah. With Kevin at work. I had one with him today at work. It was fun. He won. Sorry, I'm off task.
There's another shot that I want to talk, because this movie has a lot of like really good shots of, like, for instance, I wrote down there's a moment where he's sitting at this desk. It's after like he starts rearranging everything, which I thought was really crazy.
Weird.
Yeah, he starts rearranging everything, and Tay comes up, and everybody, as soon as they think that somebody's feeling, they go, they're not, are you feeling, or what's going on? They're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's, yep.
Creeps me out. And he's like rearranging his desk, and he's like, what are you doing? Just rearranging my shit. And, well, you didn't like it the way it was before. I didn't feel anything about it. I'm merely trying to optimize performance or whatever. It's like, nice save.
Yeah.
Nice.
We didn't like it before? No, I felt angry, but you got me. Damn you.
But after that, like, he's sitting at his desk, everything's back in order, but I think it's one of those voiceovers that's talking about, like, it's like the love and hate. You can't have one without the other. How does it feel to just, everybody be the exact same? And it's this overhead shot. Everything's in line. They're all sitting at their desk. Bale's in the middle. And then as he goes to turn around, the camera rotates. And it's like, it's a nice shot. Everything's nice in a straight order. And then you just see Bale, like, out of order. And I just thought it was a good visual shot that the director did that it told another story.
Right.
I don't know. There's some good directing in this.
I thought it was kind of strange when he first started feeling he started touching everything.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't like, I don't feel emotional about touching things, but that was clearly a thing because you saw other people. He copied somebody that was in front of him that he saw doing this, so he did the same thing.
Rail
he took his glove off, and I'm like, okay, he's touching the rail. He's just gonna get germs all over his hand. But he felt a certain kind of way about it. It's like he was like feeling. You don't think of it like feeling.
Right. Yeah, it's like a very literal approach.
Yeah, it's like he was feeling for the first time too.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I thought that was kind of weird.
And he's touching everything. The ribbon, Mary O'Brien's ribbon that he carried around. Yeah, it's bordering on, a little creepy. But yeah, I just want to touch the ribbon. It's just weird. Yeah, it felt the same before. I don't understand what's it doing to you now.
Yeah, that is strange. I meant to write that down or talk about that, especially with like the railing and like right in the middle of everybody. Like, he's just not good at hiding his emotions. But yeah, taking the glove off it and feeling everything, and that was strange. When after that gunfight, and he takes his glove off and he starts feeling the wall, and he's like I thought that was a nice shot though. It's like that continuous walk through the hallway, and his fingers are like going in and out of bullet holes and stuff.
Yeah, that was cool. I
like that shot, and it leads to him finding that secret room. So I mean, he can play it off somehow, but that was strange at the same time. I thought that was really weird. It makes sense for like the puppy.
Right.
When like you're taking your glove off and you're playing with the puppy and
it's
fuzzy and ooh. And or like at the end when the puppy's licking the girl's hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I get that, but like feeling the railing or something.
Right.
Like that has no emotional connection. I thought was strange. Glad you brought that up, but that was weird. But it made sense. It made for some good shots. I was gonna ask you something, but I forgot since we started talking about hands. A lot of good hand modeling in this movie.
Absolutely.
I wanted to see more of his daughter too. I mean, we saw a lot of his son, and his son killed it.
His daughter didn't basically say a word the whole time.
She played with her cereal, and she played with the puppy licking her hand.
Yeah.
That was about it. She's a cute little girl. I wanted to see more of her.
Alright, dude. I'm going to piss my pants, so I have to get up and go to the bathroom. There ain't no holding it. Sorry.
I'm not editing this out.
No, that's fine.
We'll go into some final thoughts now. I think if you haven't seen, I'm going to start saying Equilibrium all the time now.
I don't like that. It's like something like when you say harassment, or I don't like that. That really,
I took the liberty of telling him to be at Equilibrium at 10.
You sound like a prude.
Was trying to. He doesn't know his dad's off his meds.
Right.
Well, yeah. Okay, that was really good tension, though. You don't know about that.
Right.
So he's like going over the top to try to perform for his dad, who he thinks is still on his medication.
Yeah, because at that time, he's not even 12 hours removed from taking his last dose. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That fucking kid slays.
I know.
So, yeah, I think if you haven't seen... I don't know why you're watching this if you haven't seen it.
True. Very true.
But if you haven't seen Equilibrium, I would definitely say give it a watch. It was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it's on there anymore.
I don't think so.
But it's on Amazon. I watched it for... It cost me $1 to watch it on Amazon. Yeah, give it a go. It's... Like we said, you don't have to be a critic about this movie. It's a really good movie. It has a lot of good, unique plots. It tells its very good story. There's a phenomenal acting in it, not just from the little kid. Everybody does a great job. There's good action.
Right. Tons of action.
Lots of shooting, lots of blood.
Martial arts style shooting.
Broken arms and...
Broken arms are cool.
All sorts of crazy shit. It kind of combines everything that I like. I like original storytelling.
Right.
I like action. I like guns. Christian Bale. Sean Bean. And then it's got some emotion in it. Mm-hmm. It does some of that to you. Kind of pulls at your heartstrings. Mostly with puppies. But, yeah, I would just say it's a really, really well done film, and I'm surprised it has such a low rating. Final thoughts?
You said it right. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. There's a lot of action in it, and I think it takes work to, acting like they have to act in this movie without emotion. I think that takes some work to almost be drab and be monotonous.
Especially all the extras.
Yeah,
there's a lot of extras.
And it's just really interesting. It's an interesting look at a world after another world war, and I love it. Yeah.
If you had to pick out one thing, this is Shut Up, I Like This. We're taking these movies. What's one thing that you thought the movie did right? What's the one thing that you really had to pinpoint something?
Well, the moral of the story they did right, I think. At the end of the day, it's about what is life worth living without love, without emotion, the good and the bad and everything in between. And I think that's what they're getting at the end. I think they wrap that up perfectly.
Exactly. It's very much a love moral story.
Yeah.
I would say, piggybacking off of that is the direction. I think the director, when you're making a movie about emotions, about feelings, it's hard to put that to paper.
Way hard. It has to be.
You can't write down emotionless. Like it's weird. It takes more to put it on camera and have your director, your actors to portray it. So, and the director, went the extra mile and created the gun kata. He did everything
in his backyard.
That's
crazy.
He did all this stuff to make his movie unique and different. So it's just being able to take emotion off of the paper and put it to film. I think is the directing is what Equilibrium did right.
Equilibrium. I swear, if you have me saying, if I ever have to say equilibrium in a sentence here in real life, if I say equilibrium, I'm gonna be pissed.
Equilibrium.
Yeah. The same director, by the way, did Eon Flux.
Is that Charlie's?
Yes, 2007.
Yeah.
That's another one that might fit the criteria. I'll check that out.
I bet.
Have you seen that?
I've seen all. It's not that I like those movies, but there was that weird influx of them between like 2002 and 2009 of like the female protagonist.
Tons of them. Ultraviolet,
Ion Flux, all of that stuff. Resident Evil kind of counts.
It counts.
I mean anything with like Mila Kunis, Mila Jovovich, and like I don't know. I always get them confused and mixed up because there were so many of them between that time period. So that's why I was like, Charlie's? Like, but yeah, I'd be down. I like those movies. It's just I always get them confused.
Charlize Theron is on a different plane of existence from Mila Jovovich.
Well, yeah.
So, you know.
Whoa, I don't know. I mean,
well, maybe that's a
Fifth
debate for another day.
Element.
Yeah, that was all Bruce Willis, and you know, yeah.
Multipass?
No, I know. Lilu Dallas, Multipass.
Yeah. Well, let's do some trivia. I'm on a roll. This is like my 5th week of writing down the trivia.
Okay.
So I was really bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
So trivia. Despite popular belief, no wires were used.
Really?
Whatsoever. For instance, during the puppy scene, when he does that crazy backflip and stuff over the bike, they used trampolines and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have never known that.
I would have never done that. I'd have been like, "Oi, what do you mean there's no wires?" Bye.
Yeah, I'm out.
I can't even do even on a trampoline. I was always the worst at doing flips. I can't do it. I don't know if we're kind of longer. I don't know if that was the problem.
Yeah, I'm not a flipper. Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, not happening.
I can do a hell of a cartwheel, though, I'll tell you what.
I would love to see that. I really would.
Director Kurt Wimmer invented the martial arts style of gun kata in his backyard. We touched on already.
Yeah.
Kurt Wimmer. So, did you kind of look at any of his other directing stuff?
Mm-mm.
I was just wondering, because you're talking about Iron Flux.
That's the only other one that
you know.
Yeah.
We might have to look that up. Because I mean, just from this movie, I like him already.
Yeah.
And Iron Flux, Charlie's. I'm kind of getting behind this guy.
I just appreciate the fact that you're devoted to making something that's really original, and that's hard to do. That's hard. Yeah. Even in 2002, that was hard to do. There's even more content now, so
right.
I appreciate that. Absolutely.
They wanted Bale after American Psycho. He wasn't available at the time, and Dominic Purcell was considered, but Bale obviously became available, and boom.
Boom.
Equilibrium. This wasn't given a wide release because it was already profiting overseas. So it was like released overseas. It was already making its money back, sure. And so Miramax didn't give it the wide release because they didn't want to risk a loss.
Oh.
Which I don't know. You think maybe it would have made more here?
They would have if they would have showed it. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. American Psycho is one of those cult classic movies. I don't think that
right.
That wasn't a very big movie when it came out. It's one of them things that it grew popularity later on.
Right.
So I don't know if it would ever not, but I mean, after The Matrix, why wouldn't you try?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It takes so much inspiration. I think. I don't know. And it's an original idea. That's probably why I never heard of it. Right. It's because it didn't get the wide release, and
they're like, "Oh, we got our money. We're good."
Yeah, exactly. You fucks. Show your fucking movie. A world with no art is a world not worth living. The basis of this movie.
Right.
How fucked up is that? Real quick, a movie about living with no art and not feeling is the same film that didn't want to give a wide release.
Mm-hmm. You
have the art, fucking show it to people, you fucks.
Yeah, well, that's just Miramax. They're just concerned about the bottom dollar, not about the story.
Bitches.
Yeah.
This will tickle your funny bone.
I hope so.
Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, was he auditioned for Bale's son in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he would have never pulled that.
No,
off.
I don't think so. He
wouldn't have been savage at all. No.
Especially, you would have just seen Harry Potter. You wouldn't have seen. You would have seen this creepy shining kid.
Where's the golden snitch at?
You'll go to the Quidditch. You'll go to the Quidditch field after you.
You almost had it.
Can't do it.
That's funny.
John Preston, a.k.a. Christian Bale, a.k.a. your man crush, kills 118 people in this film.
Wow, that's awesome.
Half of the 236 people who die in this movie.
Half of them, exactly? That couldn't have been a coincidence.
236 people in this movie.
That's a lot of death.
In 2009, so it's been a while, but he was ranked 3rd for most deaths caused by one person.
Wow.
So I wonder what it is now. It's been 8.
I wonder who's ahead of him. John McCain?
Rambo.
Oh, God, yeah, Rambo for sure.
Yeah, especially in 2009, Rambo. The 4th one came out in 2008. He kills like half a country in that movie.
No, he does. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
That's some trivia.
Wow.
You want to? We've been picking off this list. You interested in coming back for some more?
Absolutely.
Some more punishment? Any on this list that interest you?
I'm a fan of punishment.
We've what?
Varsity Blues for sure.
Varsity Blues, I would love to talk about.
God, I love Varsity Blues. The League, I do that.
We are doing that next week, I think.
Right on.
So if you want to join us for League,
yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
God, I haven't seen that movie forever.
It's been a while. Yeah, you'll have to come on and hang out with us for League.
Cool.
I like that movie. Rotten Tomatoes, before we get out of here, now that we're done with Equilibrium. Equilibrium.
It's so stupid.
It's like sense.
Say it right.
Sense offense and equilibrium.
And the tetragrammaton. Oh no, it took you over the edge there.
Oh man, we kind of mentioned while we were talking about it, but just for the end, Equilibrium.
And the tetragrammaton. We have fun here. You know.
The Rotten Tomatoes score for Equilibrium.
Say it right.
The Rotten Tomatoes score for this film.
What is it?
It's the Rotten Tomatoes is 38% critic score.
Man.
And then the audience score is 81%.
81. And I've looked at, since you started doing this, I've looked at every movie I see that I think, I wonder if this fits Jeff's criteria. And I'll look it up, and I haven't seen a wider variance in a popular movie other than this one. And it's almost, it's more than double what the critics gave it.
Yeah, I think it was 40, what is it, 43% difference?
Yeah. So that goes to show you right there that you know, the masses agree with us that it's a cool movie if you're not nitpicking it.
Yeah.
And you look at the parts of it that
if you're watching a movie to enjoy a movie,
right?
This is the movie.
That's what I do when I watch a movie.
Yeah,
I watch
it's like
it to
for
enjoy
entertainment.
It. Yeah. Not like, oh God, I have to critique this now.
I hate everything.
Yeah.
Things aren't funny.
He's smiling.
No, it's just it's a fun movie. You get to see, you see Christian Bale shooting people. And, and there's some heartstrings attached to it.
And it's funny, it's corny, and it's,
He flies in on a door and surfs like Silver Surfer and shoots some people. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking movie. Right. And it's a good, fun movie.
The Tetragrammaton Cleric. That's the last time.
And you get to say Equilibrium. Mm-hmm. And sense offense. They're so serious when they come in and take his life.
Everything is serious. Everything is so serious in this movie. Sir!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Yeah.
She's under arrest for sense offense. How did all the people on set just not immediately start cracking up?
I bet they did for like 15 takes, and they had to take take 17. God, guys, it's not funny.
Guys, it's just sense offense. And then everybody cracks up again.
Yeah. You shouldn't have called it that if you didn't expect us to laugh.
After what's-her-face dies and gets burned and he's out on the sidewalk, he's actually laughing because somebody said sense offense. You think he's crying. He's crying from laughing so hard about sense offense.
That was never funny until the other day.
This movie is actually a comedy.
It's great. It's great. It's awesome.
It's weird though when I'm watching it. I'm completely on board and it's all serious and they're killing puppies. I'm like, fuck you! And then we're talking about it and I'm trying to, because it's a great movie and when you're watching it, you're really caught in the moment of it, and then you start saying sense offense,
and the time gets breaking down all the stuff. The Tetragrammaton. It's great.
No, it's great.
If you've made it this far into watching this and you have not watched this movie, that's really weird. But if you have, it's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll love to see if we can get you back for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Right on.
And if you can't make it, we'll get something else lined up. So let's see if I can do this without laughing. PantheonNetwork.com. Everything you need is on there. I always will continue to plug our Facebook and Twitter at Shut Up I Like This. You can listen to our audio on Libsyn or Stitcher or iTunes, wherever you listen to. Obviously, you can watch us on YouTube. And PantheonNetwork.com is all you need, though. Everything's on there. Audio files are on there. The YouTube clips are on there. Our email, Facebook, Twitter feeds are on there. Everything's on there. PantheonNetwork.com. Just go there. It has our Patreon. Everything. Everything that I always say every week, all the time. Pantheon Network.
You got it.
That's it. Equilibrium.
Nope, you didn't.
I think that's gonna be it. I don't think we have. You're gonna be on our new show, on our new movie trivia show.
I can't wait for this. I'm so jacked for this.
That we haven't. I haven't picked out a name. I need to think of a name, something cool.
The Price is Right? Oh wait, that's already taken.
Jeopardy? Oh dang it!
Damn you, Trebek.
So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I think. What are you doing? 90s blockbusters.
90s blockbusters.
That'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
So. Hopefully that'll be, I think it's going to get going here soon. As a matter of fact, by the time this comes out, it might already be out. It's about 3 weeks.
Don't tease me.
So, guys, look out for that. Of course, we'll be keeping you up to date, and thank you for watching. Jeff Porter, and I've had...
Brian Reese.
And thank you for watching. Again, Equilibrium.
Goodbye, world.
What's the other? Oh, Sense Offense.